Praise the Lord, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. This is Pastor Job Sinino Wekesa, the chairperson of the great ministry of Western Outreach, if you like, Weso. And basically, why we are here, I just want to help you understand what Weso means and what is it that we stand for in a nutshell. The rest of the details will be coming to you as you interact with our website, as you read any post that will be posted by any of our leaders. We have the patron, we have the board of trustees chairperson, we have our general secretary, among many other leaders. So Weso as a ministry was founded in the year 1986 at the great University of Nairobi Ufungamano Hall. And this was by some of our great missioners. These are guys who sat somewhere and they could not imagine, they could not help it that they do Christian Union missions, but when they go back home, the gospel is not properly preached. And therefore, that is how the idea of Western Outreach began. Some of us, we've gone to places where students will ask, is it Western Students Outreach? Well, maybe that's how it began. But we got to the point where we are now saying it is not Western Students Outreach, because what about those who left campus, but they still have the fire of Christ? They still want to preach. That is why it was converted from Western Students Outreach or Western Students Evangelistic Team to Western Outreach Ministry. And this is a ministry which is well registered at the Office of Registrar of Societies. So we are not engaging in anything that is a rumor, is wishful thinking, but we are properly documented. Secondly, just to run through the structure, like I mentioned, I'm the chairperson of the National Executive Committee. This is the organ of the ministry that runs day-to-day activities of the ministry. And then I have other members of that group. I don't want to go into details. You see them as we post our structure online. Then we also have the board of trustees. This is the organ that does what we call, sourcing for funds and managing the assets of the ministry and making policies and guidelines governing the running of this particular ministry. And it's headed by our brother engineer Derek Simiyu. We also have our advisory committee or a council led by our very own patron elder, Wafula Barasa. We are very grateful for the good work the elders are doing in this ministry. That's about the Weso structure in a nutshell. Then we also have what we call fellowships. Now these fellowships are at 2 or 3 levels. Level number 1 and the main one is what we call student fellowships, and they are found in all registered public universities. Now, when I say public, that does not mean I'm discriminating against those who are in private, but we are headed there. Very soon we are going to launch Weso even in private universities, as long as the university charters allow. And I'm also happy at this point in time to mention that now we have also found our way in technical training institutes. That is why the very recent one was Wanga TTI in Mumias. And then lastly, I would like to appreciate those who left campus. They went through campus. Now we call them non-students. And so far we are doing very well. We have non-students all over the country. But the main ones we have in Nairobi, we have in Nakuru, we have in Kakamega, we have in Webuye, we have in Kimilili, all over this country, and even all over the world. Those are what we call non-students. And then, of course, lastly, I want to mention to us, what is our business as Western Outreach? Ours is response to the Holy Scriptures, Matthew 28:19. That is the Great Commission that we have accepted. We have offered ourselves to respond to the Great Commission, that we go and preach the word of the Lord to the lost, those who hear this word, that we may disciple them so that they may grow up as informed Christians all over the world. And as I finish, I'm happy to take a note and mention that now Weso is a global organization, because our members of Weso, some are in the US, some are in Uganda, some are in Tanzania, some are in China, some are in France. So that's a global view of what we are today as Western Outreach. So I want to do a clarion call and a call upon all of us, wherever we are. Some of us were in Weso years back, but then maybe we have got into mainstream churches and we are almost growing weary. I want to invite you back, and I will assure you that we are doing great things as Weso. please do not lose touch with us. Otherwise, thank you so much. I wish you well as you interact with us.